Begin with a political convention like none other, night one of the first ever virtual Democratic convention. It looked different and it felt different, but Democrats worked to put on the best show they could.
And they used some of their biggest stars to make it happen. Senator Bernie Sanders and former First Lady Michelle Obama. KCO9's Tom Wade is here live with the recap of night one. Tom.
Hi there, Chris and Pat. Yeah, obviously tonight felt very different than any other convention. It was all virtual, no crowds or cheering. It was a mix of reintroducing Joe Biden as a compassionate man who understands the plight of everyday Americans. That was the Democrats' goal. And there was also plenty of attacks on President Trump. In fact, former First Lady Michelle Obama called President Trump wrong for the country.
I'm Eva Longoria.
Hosted by actress Eva Longoria, the first ever virtual Democratic National Convention opened with a somber tone. And a reminder this year, no convention hall, no cheering crowds, not the pageantry we're used to, and it began with this stark message.
Every 4 years, we come together to reaffirm our democracy. This year, we've come to save it.
A major theme at this year's convention, diversity and racial justice.
We choose hope over fear, truth over lies, and yes, unity over division.
George Floyd's family members were among the first to speak.
For our brother, but George should be alive today. Breonna Taylor should be alive today. Ahmaud Arbery should be alive today. Eric Garner should be alive today. Stephon Clark, Tatiana Jefferson, Sandra Bland, they should all be alive today.
And of course, the COVID pandemic was also at the forefront.
I'm Kristen Urquiza. I'm one of the many who has lost a loved one to COVID. My dad, Mark Anthony Urquiza, should be here today, but he isn't. He had faith in Donald Trump. He voted for him, listened to him, believed him and his mouthpieces when they said that coronavirus was under control and going to disappear.
A montage of Democratic leaders were also featured, praising the decades of leadership from Joe Biden. Republicans were also featured too, among them former Republican presidential candidate and former governor of Ohio, John Kasich.
Many of us have been deeply concerned about the current path we've been following for the past 4 years. It's a path that's led to division, dysfunction, irresponsibility, and growing vitriol between our citizens.
Democrats also took on topical issues like vote by mail, which President Trump has repeatedly and falsely claimed that it's rife with fraud.
Despite what the president says, voting by mail has been a secure, proven option for decades.
Senator Bernie Sanders made an impassioned speech for unity and attacked President Trump's leadership.
During this president's term, the unthinkable has become normal. He has tried to prevent people from voting, undermined the U.S. Postal Service, deployed the military and federal agents against peaceful protesters.
The headliner of the evening was former First Lady Michelle Obama, whose message was serious and sobering and contrasted where the country is now from where the country was when she and President Obama left the White House.
4 years later, the state of this nation is very different. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is. Now, I understand that my message won't be heard by some people. We live in a nation that is deeply divided, and I am a Black woman speaking at the Democratic Convention. But enough of you know me by now. You know that I tell you exactly what I'm feeling. You know I hate politics, but you also know that I care about this nation.
Mrs. Obama also hammered President Trump for what she called his attacks on the post office and mail-in voting. She also urged everyone to be vigilant about their votes, check them, verify them, and when they're mailed out, and she urged folks to get out the vote to family and friends. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Wade. Chris, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you.